The bell that rang at midnight. The old Blackwood Elementary School had been abandoned. For nearly 20 years, the windows were broken. The classrooms were empty. The playground rusted away long ago. But people living nearby still heard something strange every night at exactly 12 a.m. The school bell rang once. Nobody knew why. Because the bell had been removed years earlier. The police investigated. Electricians inspected the building. Nothing explained the sound, but everyone agreed on one thing. If you hear the second bell ring, run. A former janitor once stayed inside the school after midnight. He called emergency services at 12:03 a.m. He was never found. Only his flashlight remained. Lying in the middle of the hallway. Years later, Jake Morrison, a popular urban explorer, decided to spend the night inside the abandoned school. He entered just before midnight. His viewers watched live. As he walked through the dark corridors, dust covered the floors. Old drawings still hung on the walls, and every classroom door was closed. At exactly 12 a.m., the bell rang. Jake laughed nervously. Okay, that was weird. Then every classroom door slowly creaked open. The hallway stretched into darkness, empty, silent. Then a child's voice echoed from somewhere upstairs. "Teacher!" Jake froze. The school had been empty for decades. Trying to stay calm, he followed the sound. It led him to room 204, a classroom that shouldn't have existed. According to the building plans, there was no room 204. Not anymore. The room had been demolished years ago after an accident. Yet there it was. A wooden door with faded numbers.
204.
Jake pushed it open. Inside sat 20 desks, every chair occupied. Children, perfectly still, heads lowered. Facing the blackboard, Jake's flashlight shook. Hello? Every child slowly raised their head at the same time. Their faces were pale, their eyes completely black. Then they all pointed toward the hallway. Jake turned around. The room was empty when he looked back. The children were gone. Every desk sat empty, as if nobody had ever been there. Suddenly, a bell rang again, a second time. Jake remembered the warning. If you hear the second bell, behind him came the sound of dozens of footsteps. Small footsteps running fast. Jake didn't look back. He reached the staircase. Halfway down, he noticed something written on the wall. Fresh chalk. 3 words. Don't let them count you. The footsteps stopped. Silence. Jake slowly turned around. The hallway behind him was packed with children. Standing shoulder to shoulder, watching, smiling. One little girl stepped forward holding a class attendance sheet. She looked directly at Jake, then said, 29. The other children smiled wider. 30. Jake screamed and ran for the exit. The front doors were right ahead. Just a few more steps. Then a hand grabbed his shoulder. The live stream cut to static the next morning. Police found Jake's camera near the front entrance. The final frame showed an old attendance board hanging on a classroom wall. 29 names were listed. At the bottom, a new name had been added. Jake Morrison. And just before the recording ended, the school bell rang one last time. And just before the recording ended, the school bell rang one last time. Jake screamed and ran for the exit. The front doors were right ahead. Just a few more steps then. The school intercom suddenly turned on by itself. Just a few more steps then. The school intercom suddenly turned on by itself. A voice echoed through the entire building. Old, crackling, almost human. Attention students. Jake froze. The voice continued. Class will begin shortly. Every classroom door slowly opened again.